Well, my name is Vanessa Sandham, and I live in a town in central New Jersey called Pennington, New Jersey. And I have 2 sons.
Well, when I first started, I was only like 9 years old, so I was really young. I didn't know much about it. My mom kind of just said, we're going on a trip to help other kids.
I mean, I'm not going to claim I was some 11-year-old who was like, I'm going to go out and save the world. Starting Global Volunteers was my mom's idea.
You worry a little bit about, can I, as this mom, take 2 young sons and a friend on all these trips, and we were really concerned about making sure that the organization we went with was experienced and as I said, established. And fortunately, Global Volunteers was. I had a lot of trust in them and the program and in the amount of training that they give, and the fact that they build really solid teams is one of their emphasis, to creating a team out of all the volunteers. At the same time, they work really hard in making sure that the experience is something that contributes a great deal to volunteers' lives and also the community's lives. So I was comfortable that I'd be in good hands. The second trip we took was to a very different place. It was in Ecuador. It was 9,000 feet up, very close to the equator, and it was working with severely disadvantaged kids. A lot of the kids had cerebral palsy, came from just very difficult backgrounds.
And just very, very poor children, just kind of helping teachers, keep them in line and whatnot. That was a very, very powerful trip.
I was still pretty young at the time, so my job was to work with the babies that were there, and a lot of them were abandoned. For me, my job was easy. Every time I walked into where all the babies were, the lady who I worked with was always like, just play with the babies, that's all you have to do.
I love being a tourist. It's fun to visit countries on tour. Stay in, good hotels, see some great sights, all that. It's fantastic, and I wouldn't knock it because I love it. But as a tourist, you will not get to know the people like you will through Global Volunteers. It's just not going to happen. Even if you're really kind of roughing it and really getting to know people and really kind of being ingrained, you're still a tourist, you're still a visitor. And yes, you're spending the time to learn about the culture, which I think people will certainly appreciate, but you're just not going to reach the level of interaction with the community that you get by working side by side with them.
And there's nothing better for young kids to realize that they can reach across a divide of language and be able to communicate.
I've done it for 8 years, and each trip has had something new and unique about it, but they've all been a ton of fun. And I'm really not just saying that to kind of be like, oh yeah, go global. It really is. Each trip has been a lot of fun.
Do Global Volunteers. If you're on the fence, definitely jump in and do it. And if you are concerned about, worried about your comfort zone, not all Global Volunteers programs are equally challenging. But it's not crazy or really, really scary, don't worry. It's fine. They take great care of you.